All right, ready for a deep dive. Today, we're stepping into the world of healthcare education. But trust me, this is way more exciting than a boring lecture.
Oh, definitely.
We're talking about the folks who train the heroes, the ones who shape the future of healthcare.
That's right.
Auxiliary nursing and midwifery vocational teachers,
Mm-hmm.
they're the guiding lights for those aspiring to enter these vital fields.
Exactly.
And lucky for us, we've got RoleCatcher's career guide to give us the inside scoop. So if you've ever wondered what it takes to inspire the next generation of nurses and midwives, you're in the right place.
Absolutely.
What I find fascinating about this career path, and the guide really highlights this, is that it's not just about being passionate about healthcare yourself.
Right.
It's about igniting that passion in others.
Yeah.
It's almost like a mentorship role, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It is a unique blend of expertise. You need individuals who don't just know their stuff when it comes to nursing and midwifery, but who can inspire others to dive into those fields with the same passion that they have. And I think the guide really gets into that when they emphasize the interpersonal side of things,
Yeah.
building those relationships with students, creating an environment where they can thrive and learn. It's not just about the technical skills, it's about nurturing their passion for healthcare.
It's like, think back to your favorite teacher, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just what they taught you, it was how they made you feel. And it seems like that's a huge part of this role as well. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
What does an auxiliary nursing and midwifery vocational teacher actually do on a daily basis?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about auxiliary and vocational. These words imply a very hands-on approach.
Exactly. Think of it as bridging the gap between the theoretical and the practical, and doing it all in a vocational setting where students are getting real-world experience. So you won't just find these teachers lecturing from textbooks. They're in classrooms, labs, even clinical settings like hospitals and clinics, giving students that hands-on training.
Okay, so speaking of hands-on, the guide mentions simulations as a key part of the training.
Mm-hmm.
And all I can picture are those CPR dummies from high school. I'm guessing things have gotten a bit more advanced since then.
Oh, absolutely. Technology is completely changing the game in healthcare education.
Yeah.
And these teachers are right there on the cutting edge. Forget those basic dummies. We're talking high-fidelity mannequins that can simulate real-life patient responses, virtual reality labs where students can practice complex procedures in a safe environment. It's like stepping into a medical drama, but without all the drama.
That's incredible. It sounds like they need to be as comfortable with a scalpel as they are with a lesson plan.
Absolutely. Adaptability is key. And the guide really emphasizes that these teachers need to be comfortable in all sorts of environments. One day it's a traditional classroom, the next it could be a high-tech simulation lab.
And let's not forget, they're not just teaching nursing, they're covering midwifery as well. That's a whole other level of expertise.
It really speaks to the depth and breadth of knowledge that these teachers have. They need to be well-versed in both nursing, A&N midwifery practices, constantly staying updated on the latest developments in both fields. It's demanding, no doubt, but also incredibly rewarding.
It is. It is. And, the guide doesn't shy away from the challenges either.
Right.
Like, it's not all high-tech simulations and inspiring breakthroughs. There's some real talk in there about the not-so-glamorous side of healthcare.
Yeah, like the fact that you might be exposed to, well, infectious diseases, bodily fluids, things like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Even in a teaching role, you're still going to encounter those aspects of healthcare.
Absolutely. And it's not just the physical stuff either. The guide talks about the emotional resilience you need in this role. Dealing with students, especially tough ones, dealing with high-pressure situations. Remember, you're shaping future healthcare professionals here. That's a good point.
People who will one day be responsible for other people's lives. So yeah, it comes with its own unique set of stresses and challenges.
So it's not just about loving healthcare. It's about, having the emotional strength and, the fortitude to really guide others through those tough parts of it as well. The guide also touches upon career progression, and it seems like upward mobility, within the teacher role itself, might be kind of limited.
Yeah, they're pretty upfront about that. If your goal is to climb that traditional career ladder, this might not be the perfect fit.
Yeah.
But, and I think this is important, they also emphasize that this can be a fantastic stepping stone to other amazing opportunities.
Oh, interesting. So not a dead end, more like a launch pad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could go into leadership roles within the education setting, become a department head, maybe even get into curriculum development.
Wow.
Some people even transition into healthcare management, using their knowledge to improve training programs, develop new ones. So yeah, the possibilities are wider than you might initially think. That's a good perspective shift, right? Not just a single destination, but a stepping stone to a lot of different things. But okay, let's say someone is really hooked on the teaching aspect itself. What does the guide say about like the actual path to becoming an auxiliary nursing and midwifery vocational teacher?
Well, they've got a whole section on what they call academic pathways. And it's pretty interesting. I mean, obviously, a strong background in nursing or midwifery is key.
Of course, yeah.
But then they also list degrees in education, healthcare management, even psychology as being super valuable.
Hold on. Psychology. Now that's fascinating.
Yeah.
I get how it applies to patient care, but how does that tie into like teaching future healthcare professionals?
Think about it. Understanding human behavior, learning styles, how to communicate effectively,
Oh, right.
those are all essential for good teaching, especially in a high-stakes field like healthcare, right? It's not just about what you teach, it's how you teach it, how you connect with the people you're teaching. Psychology plays a huge role in all of that.
That's so true.
Yeah.
It's about cultivating those soft skills that make such a difference in a healthcare setting.
It really is a fascinating blend. You know, the guide also emphasizes that the learning in this role, it never really stops.
Oh, for sure.
Healthcare is always changing, so these teachers, they've got to be lifelong learners themselves.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's not like you just learn it once and you're good to go.
Exactly, and the guide even pushes it a bit further, encourages these teachers to not just stay updated, but to share their knowledge,
Yep.
present at conferences, publish articles, maybe even develop online courses. Like there's this real opportunity to become a thought leader in nursing or midwifery education.
Wow. So you can go from teaching students to teaching teachers. That's a whole other level of impact.
Right, and it all ties back to this crucial point the guide makes about the demand for these educators.
Right.
As the need for healthcare professionals grows, well, so does the need for people to train them.
It's like this ripple effect. So to kind of bring it all together, it seems like this is a career path that's both incredibly demanding, but also incredibly rewarding.
Absolutely.
You need that unique mix of hard skills and soft skills, a deep understanding of healthcare and, the art of teaching itself.
And I'd say most importantly, you need that real passion for guiding the next generation of healthcare heroes, those individuals who really thrive on helping others, on knowing their work has a direct impact on patient care. That's what it's all about.
Well said, well said. So to anyone listening who's feeling that pull towards this blend of healthcare and education, who loves the science and the heart of it all, I highly recommend you check out RoleCatcher's full guide. You might just find your calling. And that's a wrap for today's deep dive, everyone. Keep those minds curious. We'll catch you on the next one.